Get you this list of stock that could be buzzing in trade today. Gaurav joins in with the list of stock. Gaurav.
Well, yes. When we talk about the stocks, first let's talk about Dalmia Bharat, and this is on the back of the earnings. So we have got a weak set of numbers from the company when it comes to revenue that has declined almost by 2%, while net profit declined almost by 60% on a YY basis. This has seen the impact on EBITDA margins as well, where we saw a contraction of around 400 basis points. So definitely watching on this counter. Next, let's talk about RBL Bank. Once again, weak set of numbers is what we are seeing in this bank. So when we talk about net interest income, that increased almost by 9.5%, but when it comes to profitability, that declined almost by 24%, and the reason being that higher provisions were there in the bank. When we talk about the asset quality, there we saw a little bit of deterioration because gross NPAs deteriorated almost by 19 basis points, and NIMs, which is net interest margins, came down to around 5% levels, which was at 5.6% level. And on back of the weak results, we will be watching out on this counter as well. Other than that, we'll be watching out on HDFC Finance, so HDFC Bank. So first is that we have got a good set of numbers in terms of Q2 FY25. We have got net interest margins which was stable, and growth was also above street expectation. And at the same time, the bank has now approved the stake sale of around HDB Financials for up to 10,000 crore rupees. Now we already know that the bank was gonna issue around fresh shares of up to 2,500 crore rupees, and with this the total IPO size is likely to be around 12,500 crore rupees for HDB Financials. Other than that, JM Financial is also going to be focused because RBI has now lifted restrictions which were imposed on 5th March on financing against shares and debentures. Now let's not forget that when RBI imposed this ban, the total business constituted around 1.5% of the total income for company. Other than that, Alembic Pharma is also going to be in focus because Alembic Pharma has received US FDA approval for one of the drugs called Diltiazem, which has estimated market size of around $28.2 million. And lastly, Garden Reach Shipbuilding is also going to be in focus because company has now received LOI for commissioning and supplying one of the ships to the naval physical laboratory for Government of India, and the order value is going to be around 491 crore rupees. So definitely watching out on all these counters on the back of the news flow that we have received today.
Lots of stocks to watch out for today. Thanks, Gaurav, for joining us. But let's shift focus to SEBI and NS.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits. And then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.